Alright, so welcome back to Tim Bob's Garden. And today we're going to make Brianna's garden. My cameraman's going to have her own garden. Cool. So what we're going to do today, we're going to set up a container garden. Now what it looks like, how you want to set it up is kind of up to you. But see, the idea is that Brianna, who loves to read, can sit out here in the midst of all her vegetables and various plants and flowers and such and enjoy reading. So that's the goal. So with that being said, let's get to work. Let me move the chair out of the way so we can get in there. Look out. And some of the things we're going to plant today are some spinach, and these are pomegranate trees that I grew up from seed. I'm going to plant one of those, and then we got tomatoes already done right here. Got some sage. This is my experiment with the toilet paper rolls, which, by the way, not so good. Not probably the best thing, but we'll look at that. So, but bottom line is, pick your containers, fill them with dirt, put some stuff in them, set it up, and you can grow vegetables right here on a patio, on a balcony, wherever you want to go about doing it. Now, most of these pots I got for free. Some have been in my family, like this one here has been since probably 2000 we bought them, thereabouts, so about 20 years. So they stick around, they last for a good long time. So what we're going to do over here is we're going to plant spinach. The idea being that spinach doesn't do well in Jacksonville in the summertime. So I'm going to hopefully get it growing and be able to keep it growing without getting too much heat on it right here. So that's what I'm going to have Bree do.
Spinach is also the only vegetable I will eat.
It is also the only vegetable that Bree will eat.
That and broccoli, because broccoli's good.
We have broccoli growing too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm going to get my scissors. Okay, so what I'm going to want you to do is plant these seeds in these rows that I've already kind of lined out. Okay. All right. And you're going to put them, what's it say on here? Well, basically, you're going to thin to 6 inches, so about about every so often. All right, we're going to go about half. Yeah, something like that. All right, there. You're going to drop them right into the furrows I've already made, and kind of use up all the seeds. You don't want that. You want that. Yeah. All right.
I mean, I was still going to take it, but
but you want to kind of make sure I want to use them all in here.
Okay.
All right. So you want to kind of make sure that you've got enough to fill all the rows. All right, and then we'll thin them out as necessary from there. All right. So you do that. Actually, before you do that, can we take the camera? I want to show people some stuff over here. All right, so pick up the camera, bring it over here. By the way, that's Chloe. Come here, Chloe. Chloe. I think she's going deaf, man.
She might be.
All right. So what I've done in all of these pots, I want you to get down inside the pot, is instead of using rocks, I used to use rocks at the bottom, and the idea being that would help do drainage. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to use wood chips, which will kind of turn into compost. And these are some old plastic bags, and I'm going to also throw some compost in here. I'm sorry, I did say plastic, didn't I? Yes. They are paper bags, not plastic bags. That will hopefully retain the water, allow it to drain, but at the same time, the wood chips should soak up some of that water, start to rot down, and provide a water reservoir for the plants. All right. So with that being said, let me get some compost.
Should I put the camera?
Now you can show me putting this in. This is just some miscellaneous compost stuff that we have from the house. Sunflower seeds, vegetables, a few paper towels. Hang on, I got a little more. One more thing. All right. There you go. Chloe!
She can hear you.
Oh.
She's just not
All
paying
right.
attention.
So that would probably get really loud on the video. More compost. And we're going to do, this is kind of what we call composting in place. We're going to see if it works out. All right. And then with that, you can put the camera back and we'll get to work. Then from there, I'm just going to fill it up with some dirt. Now, I did buy this dirt because you don't really want to use garden dirt in a container garden just because of the amount of weed seeds and such that you're going to have. So I got this on sale, $3 for 2 cubic feet at Walmart. Hopefully it's good dirt. But it is organic potting soil, which if you bought organic potting soil, you know $3 for a bag is pretty cheap. Now you can get as elaborate as you want or as basic as you want with a container garden. You can have one pot, put a tomato in it, and call it your garden. Or you can try and plant all kind of crazy stuff, from carrots to you name it. Just keep in mind that plants that require big roots, you're going to have big pots. All right. Those containers there, actually when my other daughter bought her house, they were just junk in the backyard. And she didn't want them, she was going to toss them. So I'm like, oh heck no. That's going to be perfect for what I want. All right. Guess I'll scoop it. All right, so when you go about pulling a plant out of a pot, it's been in there a while. I showed this before, but just kind of squeeze the sides to push the dirt away from the sides, and then kind of turn it upside down. Oops, and it should fall right out. Now you can see that this tree isn't quite root bound, but it's getting to where all the roots are really starting to fill up the pot, so it was definitely time to put it out. All right. Now one of the other things I do, I'll show you here in a second, like you'll see I've got this red bark that I put on the plants here in the patio, and the reason is because I got cats. And cats see a big old pile of dirt and they think, oh cool, a new cat litter box. Which is not really what I want. Huh? Even though we have three, yeah. They still think, wow, that's cool. They built me another box. They must love me. Now another thing about a pot this big, when you're putting a pot this big in place, it gets really heavy. So put it where you want it, and then fill it, not the other way around. Otherwise you'll be having to wrestle it to get it where you want it. All right, that filled up. All right, what else are we going to plant? Oh, catnip. Got them done? Yep. All right, so just smooth the dirt over on top of them. Just kind of go like this. And then we'll water it all here in a second. Oh, my pants just ripped.
Sad face.
Sad face. There you go. And we'll water all that in. These are kind of cool because they have a platform in the bottom and then a water reservoir below, so that hopefully it'll allow drainage. And then once the roots get down, they'll actually go down into the water if need be. All right, do the same thing on that one. Now that one you probably don't have as many seeds. Oh yeah, watch that. This is a tomato, which is just barely sprouting. Yeah, I gotcha. This is my cherry tomato, which probably won't grow in a pot this small. But I had extra seeds, so we're going to see if I can get it to drape down and grow like this. And if not, well, so be it. hoping the smaller pot's somewhat like a, oh, what do they call little tiny trees? A little tiny, yeah, bonsai, kind of like a bonsai tree. Hopefully the small pot will limit the growth of the tomato. It should. All right, so yeah, go ahead and plant them where those are. Now these came with rollers, but they're so old that most of the rollers don't work. So once again, if you got a heavy pot with a lot of dirt in it, you want to put it where you want it. All right, while you're doing that, I'm going to plant the catnip. Part 2 of my plan is another fun fact about my cats. I don't know about other, well, they're not my cats, they're her cats.
They're not my cats. One of them is my cat. The other cat is mommy's cat.
Yes, who speaks to them. But anyway, so we're also, because the cat likes to eat small plants, so we're also going to plant some catnip so that hopefully she will eat the catnip and not the other plants. But we shall see. I'm going to plant all this seed in these tiny pots and then thin it out as need be. And this is what's called sowing. You just basically sprinkle them wherever, all over the place. Now, another thing about a container garden is you have to really pay attention to the water situation. You don't want to overwater, but you do want to keep them in water, because you got to remember that you don't have any place for the roots to go deep and get excess water from down deep in the dirt. They can only get whatever's in the pot. So you got to water them, like every third day or so, depending on what you got. Keep an eye on how the plant looks and such. And with that, I'm just going to sprinkle some dirt on top of those. Now, when it comes to putting well, I guess I'll do that here in a second, but like I said, we're going to put some wood chips on top of some of these. But like where I've sowed like this, if you put too much mulch on top of a plant, you might have a hard time coming through. So we're going to see how they do. Hopefully these pots are a little small for them to try and use them for cat litter, but I guess we'll find out. If it becomes a problem, then I'll deal with it. Like I may end up having to cover these with some screen or something. We'll see how that works, because that's just too inviting. Look, it looks like a cat box too, man. You're like, oh, they're so nice. Look at these big old cat boxes. Alright, so now with this last one, I don't have a pretty pot, so we're just going to use a pot for now until I can find a prettier one. Okay, so just to kind of show you, Bree, can you get on the camera, see if you can see it?
Yes. You can't see it.
I got you. So once again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these wood chips that have been sitting out for about 6-8 months. October, so yeah, about 6. So and then I'm going to use them instead of rocks at the bottom to promote drainage. Just take a layer. Now, I've never done this before. I saw it online. I thought, that's a great idea. So I'm putting a layer a couple inches deep in there. And then from that, I'll just cover it with dirt. The little ones? Yeah. I don't know what's going on. We'll just have to deal with them. Alright, let me squeeze this out. Hopefully get the pomegranates growing. If I can get 2 of them growing in here, I don't know if they'll pollinate or not. But, ooh, look at that root. But if not, then we'll deal with it. They should be at least pretty plants, and I can always plant them back outside once they get a little bigger. Now normally trees in particular, you want a big pot. I think the rule is 24 inches across. But these pomegranate trees, like I said, I started them from seeds, so I'm not really concerned. But they're eventually going to go out. I've got like, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them out there already. But they're eventually going to go out in the garden. So they'll be fine for now. At least this one's going to get more dirt than it had before. Alright, so you got all those planted. Now these black plastic pots are pots that I bought trees with and so on. Various other plants. And I keep all my pots. Just for this reason. And you know, it seems silly to go out and buy pots if you've got pots that you technically bought to begin with. And then it's a great way to recycle stuff is by reusing it. So, what's that? The what? Oh, Mama. Oh. I guess. Alright, so now I think we're going to put this one over here as well. Turn it this way a little bit. Alright, catnip is planted, spinach is planted, tomatoes. Got 2 pomegranate trees. Oh, and this is a pigeon pea right here. So, the only thing left to do is mark them all. Bought these little stakes. I think it was Walmart. They were cheap, a couple bucks. It's always good to know what it is that you planted. All right. What do we got? Pomegranate. And you can write on there the date you planted them if you want. All kind of other good stuff like that. But label it, because otherwise, especially on pots like that, you'd be like, what the heck did I plant there? All right, and then the last step is going to be to water them in. Go grab the hose. All right, so forgot to show you this, but one of the other things I do, like I said, was the red mulch. Now, you can use just regular wood chips. I like to use the red because it looks nice, just in here. Because you got to remember, this is my pool area, and we hang out here a lot. So I want it looking pretty. Probably not the most sustainable way of doing things, but it is still using wood chips, so I don't feel bad about it. If you want to give me some grief, feel free. But it works great at keeping the cats from using it as a cat box. All right. And then it's just a matter of turning on the water and watering everything in. Did I turn it on? Oh, I did turn it on. Okay. Now you can do this with a watering bucket, or do like me and drag a hose in, whatever works for you. since I got a bunch to do, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Another nice thing about the wood chips is you can kind of spray hard and put a lot of water in, whereas you can't do it as much with straight up dirt. All right, there you go. There's our container garden. So once again, thanks for stopping by. We'll check back in a couple weeks, see how things are looking. Put the chairs back and make it all nice and pretty so Bree will have an outside reading room. All right, once again, thanks for stopping by. Like, subscribe, let me know what you think, and tell your friends. Grow something. Grow it on the patio, grow it in the yard, grow something.